What is Microsoft Ads and how is it different from Google Ads? You keep hearing Microsoft Ads dismissed as a Google alternative. Let me tell you what it actually is and why it matters for B2B. Microsoft Advertising is the paid search platform that runs ads on Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, and Microsoft properties like Outlook and MSN. Around 7 to 10% of total global search by volume. The platform looks and works a lot like Google Ads. You can even import your Google campaigns in one click. The structure transfers cleanly. The two things that genuinely differentiate Microsoft Ads are CPCs that sit 30 to 50% lower than Google for most B2B categories, and LinkedIn-sourced audience targeting that Google literally cannot offer. Microsoft owns LinkedIn. That ownership gives Microsoft Ads job function, industry, and company targeting built directly into every search campaign. So here's a quick win for today. Open Microsoft Keyword Planner and check the search volume on Bing for your top 5 buyer intent queries. The numbers might surprise you a bit. How does LinkedIn targeting in Microsoft Ads actually work? Want to know exactly how the LinkedIn integration works inside Microsoft Ads? Here is what's actually happening. There are 3 LinkedIn source audience dimensions you can add to any Microsoft Ads search campaigns. The first is job function, marketing, engineering, finance, sales, IT, and dozens more mapped to LinkedIn's standard taxonomy. The second is industry like construction, healthcare, financial services, technology, education, and so on, sourced directly from LinkedIn's industry list. The third is company, specific employers from LinkedIn's company database. You can select 1 or 1,000 named accounts as a positive or negative audience. These layer on top of normal search campaigns as bid modifiers. You don't run separate LinkedIn-only campaigns. You overlay the LinkedIn audiences and bid 50%, 100%, or even 500% higher on matching users. So here's a quick win for today. Decide which one LinkedIn dimension matters most for your business. For most B2B SaaS, that's job function. For account-based marketing, that's company. Why is Microsoft Ads so much cheaper than Google Ads? So why are Microsoft Ads CPCs lower than Google Ads? Let me tell you the honest reason. Most advertisers run Google-only campaigns and never set up Microsoft Ads at all. Across the SME B2B accounts I audit, fewer than 1 in 10 are running Microsoft Ads. Lower competition means lower cost per clicks. For most B2B categories, Microsoft Ads CPCs sit around 30 to 50% lower than the equivalent Google search cost per clicks for the same keywords. That pricing gap is structural and likely to stay open for at least another year or two. So adoption catches up slowly. Every quarter the gap stays open is another quarter where SME B2B advertisers can run paid search at half the cost of the bigger Google-only competitors. The arbitrage works even if you skip the LinkedIn targeting entirely. Add the LinkedIn layer on top and the unit economics get genuinely compelling. So here's a quick win for today. Calculate what 30 to 50% lower CPCs would mean for your current Google Ads spend over a year. That's the size of the arbitrage you're leaving on the table. Can I import my Google Ads campaigns into Microsoft Ads? Wondering whether you have to rebuild everything from scratch in Microsoft Ads? Well, the good news is you don't have to. Microsoft Advertising includes a built-in Google Ads import tool that moves campaigns, ad groups, keywords, ads, negatives, and budgets across in around 15 minutes. PMax campaigns don't translate directly because Microsoft doesn't have an exact equivalent. Most other campaign types import cleanly as a starting baseline. The import is the starting point, not the finished product. You need to clean up the imported negatives, adjust ad copy for Bing specific buyer language, and crucially add the LinkedIn audience layer that doesn't exist on Google at all. Most B2B SMEs that import and then do nothing else see flat results. The ones that import and then add the LinkedIn targeting layer see meaningfully better economics within 30 to 60 days. So here's a quick win for today. Set up a Microsoft Ads account at ads.microsoft.com. Even if you don't import anything yet, the account creation literally takes 5 minutes. Should I run Microsoft Ads or just stick with Google Ads? So if Google is the default, why bother adding Microsoft Ads to the mix? Let me give you the honest answer. For B2B SMEs in supported categories, run both. The two platforms target overlapping but not identical audiences. The combination produces 15 to 25% incremental lead volume on top of Google for most B2B accounts. Microsoft Ads typically delivers cost per lead 40 to 60% lower than the equivalent Google Ads figure for B2B SaaS targeting specific job roles. The LinkedIn audience layer is the reason. For pure B2C with no LinkedIn buyer profile, the CPC arbitrage is still useful, but the LinkedIn integration adds no real value. Decide based on whether your buyer is identifiable by job, industry, or employer. For B2B service businesses with defined buyer profiles, Microsoft Ads with LinkedIn targeting is one of the most differentiated paid search levers available in 2026. So here's a quick win for this week. Audit your current Microsoft Ads spend as a share of your total paid search. If it's zero, you're leaving the most precise B2B targeting channel completely empty. Thanks for watching. For more videos like this, follow and subscribe.